Hey, what is up? Today I'm going to show you how to take a YouTube video, turn it into a transcript, and then use AI to chat with the video. So you could potentially ask questions, what happened in the video. This is going to work for long videos, short videos, so 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour videos. Um, yeah, and I really think this is the best way to work with YouTube videos. I've seen a lot of other methods out there. So I'm going to do this tutorial a little bit differently, and I have all of my code already finished. I'm just going to walk you guys through it. So we have a lot of different imports here. We're importing a bunch of LangChain libraries, OpenAI, YouTube Transcript API. This one's pretty cool, and Google API client. So these are going to help with quickly getting the transcripts. I'm actually not sure if all of these imports are needed, but I'm going to put this in GitHub, so don't worry about it. This one's very important, Pinecone. So we are going to be using Pinecone. Pinecone's a vector database. So go ahead and make a Pinecone account. And I was going to show you guys how to make a Pinecone account, but it's taking forever to load today. But don't worry, you only really need two things. So I'll put the link in the description. It's pinecone.io. And you'll just need to find your API key and your environment. So it should be pretty easy to find. I think it's somewhere in the top right settings. Maybe if you get lost, just Google how to find these and you'll see in Pinecone. Right. Anyway, yeah, you shouldn't have much trouble with this. Next, so once you have your Pinecone account, you have your own API key, you have the environment, which is in the same section as the API key. You'll see them like right under each other. Um, you'll need to make an index, and we're going to do that in Python, so you don't have to do that in Pinecone. So we give the index a name, so we're calling it chat fast, and we're plugging in this API key and our environment from here. And then we're going to check if the index exists already. So if it already exists, we don't need to make an index again. If it doesn't exist, then we create the index. So we give it an index name, dot product, and then the dimensions. I think the 1536 is the dimensions needed for text embedding ADA 2. Just use this one. Uh, yeah. All right. So you can think of the index as like a container. And then within that index, we're going to have different vectors in it that are going to be searchable by our AI, which is great for long videos. All right, so next we're going to need a YouTube URL. I have some regex here, which this is just extracting the ID because each YouTube video has its own ID, and that's what we're going to need for the API. We're going to unofficial, I believe it's an unofficial YouTube API. Um, Anyway, the YouTube API, what it does, it's really nice. It eliminates the need of using some other tool like Whisper to turn audio into text because it pretty much like 99% of the videos, it'll just give you a transcript of them. And it's not a bad transcript at all. So let's take a video. I'm gonna take this Mr. Beast video of a train and a giant pit. So I watched this video. I recommend using a video you watch so you can make sure it's working. In this video, they crashed a bunch of like trains and buses into a pit. And then they had this guy in the video and they put like some explosives around some money and told him, you need to, you can spend as much as you want to like build a wall and stuff, cement and stuff to protect the money. And if the money survives, you get to keep it. Anyway, the guy wins $95,000 in the video. So we can ask it about that and see if it is able to recognize it. All right, next, there's a bunch of stuff here. So let's just go through load file. I'm not going to really go into these other functions as much. We have text splitter, the chunk size, if there's any overlap, um, and then we split the text. So the text is going to be the variable passed in here. Print the length. We're going to need our OpenAI API key that's used for the embedding. And then with Pinecone vectors, when you upload them, they get something called metadata. So you can actually search by the metadata. They also get a namespace, which we're just leaving as blank. So anyway, this is going through all of the text, this function, and embedding it to our Pinecone. Then we have a bunch of other stuff to check, like the token limit and some things like that to make sure it doesn't go over. I'm not going to get into that. All right, so next we assign this variable index, which is just getting our the index we just made chat fast. So this is a really cool. This is really cool. So simple to get the transcript of a video. Literally, you just put once you import that YouTube transcript API thing from earlier, you can just do dot get transcript, and then you just put the YouTube ID we mentioned earlier, this thing, and just like that, you get the entire transcript. It could be a 3-hour video, work the same. So we just do some stuff to join the transcript as one text. And once that's all ready, we have for our title, we're just plugging in the ID. And the important part is the transcript, which is this text, which goes in here, the load file. So that gets run and loading our file to um, to Pinecone, and we get this three. So next thing, I make this doc search. So it's Pinecone from an existing index, and we give the index name, which was chatfast, and then we plug in our embeddings, which is just OpenAI embeddings. And we define the LLM, so using GPT-4, um, temperature 0, I'll give it some conversational memory. And then the final thing is we're just making our QA retrieval chain. So let's run that. And, and now we can run this. So I'm running QA and I have a really simple question to start off. Just what is the video about? So it gave a pretty good like summary of the video. It just said it's about a series of events. 95,000 survived. A train was driven into a pit. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But let me try like asking it something a bit more specific to see if it gets that. So I asked, did anyone win video? Not video, win money? Um, and and how much? Okay, so yeah, pretty much works. If you have any suggestions on how to do this better, feel free to let me know in the comments. I wanted to make this a quick video. I thought it was a cool use case. Obviously, these API keys, make sure to put your own OpenAI API key. I'm gonna delete these right after I post this. Oh, one more thing. So if you want to delete your vector. So it's not going to delete the index, but it deletes all the vectors stored in that index where the namespace is blank. You can run this and that deletes everything. Thanks for watching.